Now, one of the students asked for this, so let's try and work this one out. Now, I've noticed that when we're trying to do this question, the first thing that you do when you're factorizing, you've got to try and find whether there's commonalities between all the terms. And I can see that there is a common factor. And the highest common factor that we should take out, obviously we're factorizing, so we put a bracket. The highest common factor that I can see here would be 2. And I'll just put a 2 outside. So then, what are the parts that we have to fill up inside the bracket? Well, 2 times something gives us 6x squared would be 3x squared. 2 times something gives us 22x, which would be 11x. Is it a positive? It sure is. That's why we put a plus there. And what's 2 times something gives us negative 40? That will be 20, but because it's a negative, it's minus 20. Now, we've got a factor here, but we can also factorize this now again. And the reason why we took that out to break this up and make it smaller, in order for us to actually factorize it easier, inshallah. So now this is a trinomial expression, and we are able to factorize this, inshallah. Now, before I tackle this question, the good thing with this is we should find the factors of 3x squared. We put that here. And we should find the factors of negative 20 here. Now, obviously, this one will be a lot easier because we have a prime number. So you'll only get 3x and x. But this scenario, you've got many factors. You've got 20 and 1, 10 and 2, 5 and 4. So we have to find out which one it should be. So normally what I do is I'm going to start with the middle one. I'm going to put 10 and 2 here. If I put 10 and 2, so if I put 10 here, it'll be 30x. And if I put 2 here, it'll be 2x. And that will never give you 11x. So it can't be this one. Because obviously when we put a factor in here, we times this, and the cross multiplication will give us, should give us, when combined, should give us 11x. And that won't work. I don't think it will work with this one too, but we'll give it a crack. Another thing too, we didn't try, so we tried 10 and 2. Let's try 2 and 10. 2 and 10. So this will be 6, and that will be, so 6 and 10. So 3x times, I'll just write in small. So we'll do 2 here and 10 here. So 3x times 2 is 6x, 10x. Does 6x and 10x ever give you 11x? It won't. So that obviously that's done. This one guarantee won't work because we have 60x times 1. Let's swap it around. So make this 20 and make that 1. So that's 3x and that's 20x. That still won't work. So we know it has to be these two factors that when we multiply them, cross multiply them, we get 11x combined. So which one is it? Is it 5? Let's try 5 and 4. This will be 15x, 4x. We got it. I know that 3x times 5 is 15x and x times 4 is 4x. Now, I somehow, if I do change around these numbers with a negative, I should be able to get 11x because 15x take away 4x will give me 11x. So which one should be negative? Well, we should put negative 4 here and positive 5 there. And let's see again. That's 15x and negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And negative 15x take away 4x is equal to 11x. So this times this is negative 20. And when we cross multiply, combine them together, so we pretty much cross multiply atom, and do we get 11x? We do. So this here is our bracket, and this here is our bracket. So let's rewrite it. It'll be 3x minus 4, x plus 5, and we shouldn't forget this because this here is our factor as well. And that's pretty much it for question 9. Question 10 is a difference of two squares. So a difference of two squares is pretty much, we've got a subtraction in between two indices that are squared. So if we have a difference of two squares, we should copy A and B on each within the two brackets, but one will be a positive and a negative, and I proved this by expanding it and getting the answer. So I'm going to give one example and then we'll do the question that's in the multiple choice. So we have to make this a difference of two squares. So this is a squared, but can we make this a squared? We sure can, because we know that 49 is 7 squared. So now we make our two brackets. This is our A and B, A and B. So we write x here, 7, x here, and 7. And obviously with the formula that we have, it will be a plus and a minus. So we put a plus and a minus, and that's our answer. Now, it doesn't matter if it's the other way, or it doesn't really matter. So we can leave it like this, because if I said to you 2 times 3 or 3 times 2, it's the same thing. So if you swap these brackets, it shouldn't be a problem. Now, this one here, we have a squared here. There is a difference, but we need to make this a squared to make it a difference of two squared. So let's rewrite this again. We have 2x plus 3 all squared minus, how do we make this into a squared? We'll write 2 squared. Now we do our brackets. We write 2x plus 3 and 3. And then we'll do the other bracket. So we have 2x plus 3. Whoops, why did I write 3? It should be 2. And this should be a 2. So this is our a squared minus b squared. So these are a and b, a, b, a, b. So it'll be the left side, the right side. So that's a, so it's 2x plus 3, 2. 2x plus 3, 2. So that's our a, that's our b, a and b. But as we all know that if we are to create the bracket, we've got a, b, we should have a plus and a minus. So we do a plus and minus. Now we should just simplify it. We have 2x, 2 plus 3 is 5, and we have our 3 take away 1, which is 2x plus 1. And that's our answer.